Good morning and welcome to Sunday morning meditation. Whether you are joining me this Sunday morning in person or perhaps viewing this later at your own time, your own pace, I appreciate your presence, your attention. I appreciate that you're taking time for reflection and relaxation. It is interesting to me all the ways in which we distract ourselves, and we all do. There is something so challenging, so difficult in the day-to-day experience of our lives. In small and big ways, there is so much unease, discomfort on the emotional level, on the physical level. And I find that for myself and from what I see for many others, it is very easy to regress or go towards patterns that distract us from whatever it is that we're feeling or sensing at any given moment. And it may seem beneficial, and yet if we are distracting ourselves in manners, in ways that are not solving the problem, not tapping into our true inner resources, then most times, not only is it not beneficial, it can even be harmful. I've been thinking about this a lot because if you know my work as a hypnotherapist, I find myself to be a theme, a pattern detective. And for most people that come and seek my help, and that's regardless of what they're coming for, it becomes very clear during the course of conversation to notice the themes and patterns of the ways in which they distract themselves. At times it's very clear to see how dysfunctional it may be. I can give you an example. A client with OCD that in childhood had a lot of anxiety, a lot of feelings of not being safe, and the solution for her was counting. So counting and counting again. And what the counting does, it distracts the mind and the heart from the very uneasy feelings of anxiety and worry. And yet, does it solve the anxiety and worry? Not at all. In fact, it feeds into the pattern, because if you're not counting, you're right back there feeling terrible, anxious, worried, unsafe. And we cannot count all day long, because then it takes us away from life. And that's perhaps an extreme example. Another very simple one is distracting ourselves with food, distracting ourselves with drugs, and that could be legal drugs like alcohol, prescription medication. Distracting ourselves with obsessively browsing the internet and social media. And none of these activities bring us real peace and comfort. Perhaps a very temporary relief. But at the core of it, we have resolved nothing at all. So today's meditation, I'm inviting you for a reflection practice of first looking at the distractions Then noticing what are we attempting to distract ourselves from, and then finding a beneficial solution. What can help? So find yourself in a comfortable position and then gently close your eyes. Soon the bell will sound, indicating the beginning of today's practice. And we begin by bringing the attention to the breath as it is. Perhaps noticing the rise and fall of the chest with the breath. Perhaps noticing the air as it comes in, cooler through the nostrils, and then exits warmer. Perhaps we deepen the breath and then notice the rise and fall of the belly with each breath. For a moment, just this, noticing, allowing the system to calm down as you tune into your breath. At times, the breath is not the anchor that you seek, and you can come to the body, to whatever is comfortable in the body. Often, we can direct the attention to where the body connects with the surface on which you're lying or sitting. Simply notice. When thoughts come up, and they do, bring the attention back to where you notice your breath, to where the body connects with the surface on which you're sitting or lying. Take a moment. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out, perhaps on the count of 4, slow and deep. 4 in and 4 out. Four in and 4 out. Noticing how the breath guides relaxation. Perhaps scanning the body from head to toe, and wherever the attention rests, inviting relaxation. As you begin with the top of the head, releasing any tension, face muscles relaxing, jaws loosening, perhaps inviting a gentle parting of the lips, throat and neck opening, releasing, shoulders down the arms all the way to your fingertips, relaxing. Chest and upper back, softening, opening. Abdomen and lower back, releasing. Let the pelvis area rest with relaxation. And now from the upper legs, down the lower legs, the ankles, the feet, wherever the attention rests, inviting softening and relaxation. I invite you now into reflection. Perhaps you notice the ways in which you distract yourself without judgment, without assigning a value to this distraction method, with kindness to yourself, exploring in what ways do you distract yourselves when things are difficult, challenging, when you feel unease in the body, the heart, or the mind. Take this time for yourself. Reflect and notice. As you reflect on what ways you find of distracting yourself, notice that you do not distract yourself from this reflection. And if the mind wanders into the to-do list, some grievance, a discomfort in the body, bring yourself back to your reflection, your contemplation. Which ways you use to distract yourself. As humans, we are exceptionally capable of creating ways for distraction. From very clear, simple ways, like overworking, like drinking in excess, self-medicating in all kinds of ways, and then even noticing further. Perhaps we notice that we create conflict or drama as a distraction for feeling sad, hurt, or lonely. The distraction of blaming others is very common, and it may feel very satisfying in that moment, and then leave us even emptier, more separate than before. Perhaps it's internet. Perhaps it's social media, feeding into the frenzy of comparison, of what seemingly looks like other people's charmed lives. A distraction. In what ways are you distracting yourself in the attempt of reducing unease and discomfort? Simply notice what comes up with loving kindness for yourself, without judgment. And now let's take this reflection deeper. Perhaps you choose a certain situation, perhaps a relationship, where you find yourself running away in so many dysfunctional patterns from what is difficult or challenging for you. You can bring this situation or relationship to mind and then ask yourself, what is the emotion, the feeling, the sensation that's creating this unease, this discomfort that sends me running away? What is it? Perhaps it is sadness. Maybe it's anger. Perhaps it is loneliness or disappointment. Simply notice the emotions that cause dis-ease, discomfort, that send you into dysfunctional distractions. Take a moment and reflect with loving kindness. Notice. And for a moment, just be with whatever it is. Notice it in the heart, in the body, in the mind, without distractions. The question can be simple. When I become obsessive about cleaning my home, what is the emotion that I'm running away from? When I turn to scrolling endlessly on social media, what is the emotion that I'm running away from? When I turn to the kitchen without being hungry, what is the emotion that I'm running away from? What is your experience? In difficult relationships, what is difficult and challenging, and where do you run to? Exercising excessively, drinking in excess, working too hard, cleaning and organizing too much. There are endless examples. What are yours? Take a moment. Worry and anxiety are big ones. We love running away from those. Simply notice, with loving kindness towards yourself, recognizing your humanity, and perhaps we take it deeper now, another level, another layer, and we look at the beliefs that guide our emotions. When you worry, when you're anxious, is it that you don't trust yourself? Is it that you do not trust others? When you're disappointed, when you're angry, is it that your value is viewed through the eyes and lenses of how people treat towards you, treat you, respond to you? Is it external to you? Where does your appreciation of yourself come from? I am not good enough. I am not worthy. I am not appreciated. What resonates with you? I am not to be trusted. I can trust no one. I've been hurt so many times. What beliefs guide your emotions? What rises from the depth of your heart and mind, creating patterns and themes that you run away from? Notice, reflect, let it come up in the mind, in the heart, asking yourself, what do you believe? Stay with these notions. If you notice yourself distracting from what is coming up, return to it. Know that you are safe within the sanctuary of your own self. Sit with it. Allow it to be. What are you sensing deep in the heart, in the mind? The beliefs that guide you, the emotions that rise from these beliefs, the unease, the discomfort that sends you running away into distractions. And now, perhaps identifying one situation where you can see the beliefs that guide you, the emotions that rise, the distractions you use. Go back to that emotion, to the belief that guides it, and ask yourself, what is needed here? What would help? What would be truly nourishing? And you can repeat this question. Different situations as you notice yourself distracting. Going back to the emotion, the sensation that's not easy, not comfortable. The belief that guides it, and you ask, what would be nourishing? What would truly help? Perhaps it's a walk in nature. Perhaps it is sitting with the unease, the discomfort, in meditation, allowing it to be. Perhaps it is reaching out to a friend, to a loved one, to be held for a conversation. Perhaps it is forgiving yourself for what is ailing you, for what is causing unease and discomfort. What are strategies that benefit, that allow you to be with dis-ease, discomfort, and ask, what may help? What can nourish me? What allows me to be with this, whatever this may be for you, and be okay. And let the answers rise and come to you in this practice, knowing you can always come back to reflection and relaxation as you notice yourself using dysfunctional ways of distracting yourself, asking, what is the dis-ease, the discomfort? What is the emotion? What do I need? What may serve me? So I can stay present with whatever it is and find peacefulness and balance in a manner and in ways that truly benefit me. Take a moment. A deep breath in and out. A promise to yourself as you look deep into the mind and the heart with loving kindness, with humbleness and appreciation of your humanity. We are all in this together, sharing these experiences. From my heart to your heart, I'm wishing you ease and comfort and the ability to turn inward and look deeply and find the ways of helping and nourishing yourself. In just a moment, the bell will sound, indicating the completion of today's practice. I wish you ease and comfort, and a wonderful day. Until we meet again. Thank you for joining me.